If you are feeling tight and you need a full body routine, look no further because here is a quick and easy stretching routine that you can do in a very short amount of time. The one thing I do want you to promise to me is if you don't have the time right now, save it for later, come back to it and perform the whole routine at once and let me know how you feel after in the comments. But other than that, let's get started.
We will start off with 90. And we're gonna see this theme routine. We're gonna start off with 90 degrees in the front, so the knee's 90 degrees, back leg 90 degrees. And then from here, I want you to sit up nice and tall. Try to get your upper body so it's in line with your shin. And then we're going to hinge over, getting a stretch on this front hip. After we hold that for 30 seconds, we're going to rotate our upper body towards this back leg. If you can't do any of these and it's just a struggle to get up, put your hands on the floor to support you. You can put it behind you. Find what works best for you. Everyone's going to be different. And then we're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. Then we're going to switch sides. So we'll get it started. Again, 90 degrees with the knees. And then from here, sit up nice and tall and then hinge forward. If you want to take it to the next level, you can take your arm off. You know what? I forgot the timer, so hold on 1 second. All right, so timer, here we go. Click, 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 click. Let's go up to 30 seconds. We'll do 1 minute actually. That was pointless. All right, so 1 minute and then we'll switch it up at the 30-second mark, so let's get it started. Here, hinge over. Good stretch on the front hip. Again, if you want to take it to the next level, you can take your arms off and then hinge over. Hands down works too. About 10 more seconds here. 2, 1. Let's rotate over to the back hip. Arms out in front, or you can put your arms behind you for support. Whatever works for you. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're not really clenching or anything too hard here, not tightening up. Good. About 10 more seconds. And this one I can really feel. A lot of people are limited in this back hip here, so it's really good. And that's it. And now let's switch it over to the other side. For me, this side's always been a little bit tighter, mostly because my left hip is tighter. You know, if it's okay if you're tighter on one side. So let's do 1 minute again. Let's start it up. We'll start off by hinging forward here. At any time, if you're struggling or you cramp up or, you know what, it's just uncomfortable, just come out of the stretch. Maybe if you did 10 seconds, jump back into it, do another 20 seconds. So we got a couple more seconds here. And we're going to go to the opposite side here, going to that back hip. Halfway there on this side. 10 seconds to go. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more rotation here. All right. So 30 seconds in each position, and that's 1 minute on each side. That's our first mobility exercise stretch. Now we're gonna hit up the bretzel. We're gonna lay down on our side. Like this. If you have a pillow, having a pillow would be great. We're going to bring that top leg up so your knee is about hip level. Take your hand, place it right on top of it. You can also come underneath. I'm going to go overhand here. You're going to grab that opposite leg with your hand, and then you're going to pull back and now drop your chest to the floor. We're getting a good stretch on this leg over here, the quads, the hip flexors. This can be a tough position to get into. If that's difficult for you, keep that leg straight on the bottom, keep that knee in the same spot, and then you can just get that good T-spine rotation. So 2 options here. If you can't do this one, bottom leg straight and keep the top leg in the same spot, and then do the same thing where we're just laying back. We're gonna shoot for 30 seconds each side here. Bretzel, let's get it. Oh, I hate this one, but I love it. Again, if you have a pillow, that would be good to have less strain on the neck. Let's get that timer going. Okay. So now we're getting some work on the hips. We're getting work on our upper body, our T-spine rotation. This one is a killer. And we got about 10 more seconds here. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I'm going to alternate. Let's see, where was I? Let's go this way. Get the timer going. And let's start it back up, 30 seconds. Oh, nice little pops and crackles on this side. This side's always a little bit easier for me. And should be almost done. Wait for that beep. There we go. All right, that is 30 seconds each side on the Bretzel. So we did the 90-90, we hit up the Bretzel. Now we're gonna do 90-90 again, but now we're going to do the moving version. So we're gonna hit up the 90-90 position here, and then arms up here or supported behind you. This one is tougher, this one is a little bit easier. And then we're going to just move the knees and go over to the other side. To return back to the position, lift up the knees, drop them down to the other side. We're gonna shoot for 10 reps on each side. I use my cell phone to do the mic, so I'm gonna pull this out so I don't crush it. And then we're just gonna go back and forth. So let's get it started. You'll probably start shimmying forward, that's okay, just reset like you'll see what I'll do. And here we go. Drop down. Good, 1. Good, 2. Good, 3. Four. Good, 5. Good, 6. I'm gonna shift it back here. Good, 7. Good, 8. Nine. And 10. 90-90, moving. Love that one. Now we have kind of the hips covered. Feels pretty good. Let's work on something for our upper body. Didn't know what I was going to say there. We're going to hit up the T-spine extension on the wall, tall kneeling. And then from here, knees away from the wall, a little bit more than an arm's length away. Place your hands on the wall, push your hips back, T-spine extension, really good, drop that chest to the floor, and then bring it back to this position. 10 reps each side. If you struggle with getting your arms overhead, like this, we can always back off, we can always just go to as far as you can go that's comfortable, and that's where I want you to stay. Let's hit up 10 reps here. We'll get it started. Drop down. 1. Good. 2. 3. 4. Good. 5. Good. 6. 7. 8. Last 2. 9. And 10. So getting a little bit of upper body, did a whole bunch of lower body. T-spine extension, tall kneeling. That's it for the 4 mobility exercises and stretches. We finish it up with a strengthener. We're gonna hit up a side plank with a leg lift, and we're gonna do 10 reps on this one, working our glutes, our hip, a lot of that side part of the core, kind of the obliques. Really good. Also works the shoulder too, don't forget that. We're gonna hit, let me rearrange this a little bit so it's a little bit on the side. And I like to do it with the bottom knee. Oh, can you see me in the picture here? Let me turn this around this way. All right, so I like the bottom knee bent here. You can also do it with both legs like this. I like to concentrate on a little bit of this top hip and really control that motion. So I like that bottom knee down, but if you're super strong, way stronger than me, do both legs like this. So we'll get into that side plank position here. I always like to feel like I'm pushing away from the floor. So this hand here, it's not sagging and relaxing. You're pushing away from the ground, so we really get those shoulders to be stable. Then from here, put the hands here, and then we're going to lift up. Whew. Always make sure this foot is pointing forward. Don't let that foot flare out as you start lifting, okay? And if this is too difficult, drop down, let the butt rest, then we can just do our leg lifts, okay? I want to see 10 reps here, controlled. It's gonna burn. I might take a break, all right, in between. 10 reps. Hand here works. 1, good, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, toe pointing forward always, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Really good. Not only do you work that top hip, that top glute, we're working that down hip, the one that's on the floor too. All right. So let's hit the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, good, 8, 9, and 10. Whew, that one is a killer. Feel the burn.